I don't exactly know what's up with the trend of good days at school, but I hope it goes on forever. In marketing, as the usual, we didn't do anything except for watch Shark Tank, and my friend, he finished Curious Village yesterday, Professor Layton in Curious Village, and today I gave him Professor Layton in the Diabolical Box, because that's the second one, or Pandora's Box. Or Professor Layton and Pandora's Box if you live in Europe. So, I mean, small change, but it doesn't really bother me because I understand what people are talking about in the fandom. Anyway, he's playing it, and I started I kind of watched him play it for a little bit, and it's the beginning, and I remember back in 2009 when I was really hyped up for this game, and I'm not saying that it's a bad game, it's probably one of my favorite games of all time, but it just brought me back to 2009 for a little bit. Then in Bible, we split up into groups, and we broke down Bible verses from Matthew, so that was pretty much what we did for the class time, and we talked about it, and yeah. Then in history, today was the last day to work on the assignment that he assigned us for the past few days, and I finished it, and I started listening to the Professor Layton soundtrack for Curious Village and Diabolical Box on my phone, because I got both of them yesterday, and I plan on getting all of the others sometime this week, or maybe this weekend, but the soundtrack is really great, and I highly recommend, even if you don't like the games, the soundtrack is amazing. The whole thing, all of the soundtracks are on YouTube, so if you ever feel like listening to music, I recommend those. They're really good. Might as well call this a Professor Layton, talking about Professor Layton video or something. Anyway, after that we went into art class, and because half the class was gone because there was a mission trip that some of the people went on, so half the class was gone, so all we did was help the younger kids, sort of, in a way. We painted a bunch of sticks red because they needed that for one of the plays or something that they are doing. So we did that for art class, and it was better than watercolor or the illusion boxes or whatever else we would have normally done. Then in biology, we just went to the room, and we went to the lab and looked at our celery, and because we didn't use food dye, we used something else. It didn't work at all, so that was kind of a failed experiment, it was a failed experiment. Anyway, it was a failed experiment. Then we went back in there, and then we talked about Kingdom Animalia, and that's about all we did. We looked at pictures of sponges on the board and stuff, and then after that, we just kind of discussed Disney films and their soundtracks. Speaking of soundtracks, we discussed Disney soundtracks after class. So yeah, that was the day. Today was a really good day. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow on Thursday. Have a nice morning, have a nice evening, have a nice life wherever you are, because the world's a pretty big place with a bunch of different time zones and stuff. So goodbye.